Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you being partners, customers, and part of our Salesforce ecosystem. Now, I'm sure you heard a lot today about Agentforce 3. Let me reiterate some of the newer innovations that we have. First off, we have the command center where you have a visibility around your all of your AI agents. You can help optimize them and track their activity so that you can unlock greater productivity. You also have the interoperability, a secure open interoperability with MCP and A2A. And we have over 20 plus MCP partners as part of our agent exchange. And we also want to give you a faster path to value from AI agents with unmatched speed to value through new simplified packaging. All of that, of course, is underlined by our enhanced Atlas architecture with lower latency and streaming, new geolocations and languages, as well as automatic model failover and hosted Anthropic within Salesforce. So you now have the flexibility and openness that Salesforce is known for. All right, so I'm going to talk through the agent refinement cycle and the different product announcements and features that are part of it. First off, I'm going to talk about the ideation phase. Then I'm going to talk about configuring with the agent builder. Then I'm going to talk about testing through the testing center and deployment as well. And finally, I'm going to talk about supervision as well as some of our interoperability enhancements over there. First off, Agentforce consultations. You don't have to wait till you go home to try all of this. You can go try all of this as part of our consultations booth. You can go try out and ideate with the Salesforce technical experts and Agentforce technical experts. You can get AI-generated topics and instructions, and you can test your agent with real occurrences based on your business data. So you can try that right now in the campground. All right, next I'm going to talk about the configurations, and I'm going to talk about some of our builder roadmaps. So we have certain builders such as Prompt Builder, Agent Builder, for example, that you can help create your agent and test them out. So I'm going to talk about some of that right now. We have Prompt Builder that has been GA'd for a while. What Prompt Builder can do is you can build generative AI with ease, so you can customize your turnkey solutions or build new prompt-driven actions by creating no-code prompt templates. You can augment these prompts with your data, so you can bring in contextual information from Data Cloud anywhere else and or external sources, so that you can ground it to give more personalized and personalized recommendations, for example, to your customers, and you can embed it all in the flow of work. We have some new improvements as part of that. So first off, you're going to get multimodal support with images. That's GA in April. There's a new UI which I'll talk about, which will be GA in May, which has been GA'd in May. There is a rich text format and PDF support, so you can better communicate with your customers using rich text format. And conditional expressions as well. So if you are a fan of if-else statements and expressions to provide guardrails, you'll be able to do that starting this month. So all of that is within the Prompt Builder. This is how Prompt Builder used to look like. You can see here that if you want to create a longer prompt, essentially, you would have to, it would be a little hard with that setup, and to be able to preview and look at the responses, you would have had to scroll a lot. It wasn't very user-friendly. So to help with that, we have changed the layout. So you now have a more vertical layout for Prompt Builder. What that means is that you can create the prompt, you can create much longer prompts. You are able to also bring in different models, choose from different models easily, but you can also see the responses that are there over here in under 2 and 3, so you can see the resolution as well as the responses a lot easier with this latest format. You also now have AI-assisted building as part of the Agent Builder. So what is GA this month is you can get AI-generated actions. So the actions that are there can be initially generated via AI, and then you'll be able to refine it further and get feedback from that a little further. And also topic overlap detection. So we say that it is best that when you create an agent or a suite of agents, it is best that they are specialized. And each agent, as you know, has topics. So if you have a topic that overlaps, we will detect that and let you know, so that you can have more specialized agents that have their own areas of specialty and work on their own problems, for example. So that is going to be GA this month. And next up, we also have next-gen offering. What next-gen offering offers, you can get started with out-of-the-box topics and actions that are for surfacing CRM data. You can also extend it with pro-code extensions and APIs, and it's conversational AI-first authoring. So essentially, you will be able to use AI to help you author an agent within the Agentforce Studio and within the Agent Builder. So you can have this authoring experience. The prototype is going to be available next month to be GA'd later. So very excited about this new offering. We also have an employee agent. So you can create a task-specific specialized agent to help with your employees or with a specific use case. So this can also work with Slack, for example, or anywhere else. You can get started with a lot of the out-of-the-box topics and actions for surfacing CRM data, but you can also equip your employee agents with any enterprise data, whether it be structured or unstructured. You can bring that, and you can also seamlessly integrate it across channels like mobile, with Lightning experience, as well as with Slack. So you can see here that you can have a deal support agent, a sales coach, employee agent as well. So many different agents that you can specialize towards your use case. This is now GA. This is now available to be used. Now, as part of the roadmap, today we have the Enterprise Edition available. It's available in Enterprise Edition through Lightning, mobile, and Slack. The key features are that you can have multiple specialized agents that run in the user context and supports a lot of the general CRM skills. Coming over the next few months, we will have a simpler agent access manager for admins. You're going to have a default enterprise employee agent based on page and app context, and you can have channel agents. You're also going to have a developer edition available as well, and an agent checklist. September and beyond, closer to Dreamforce, we're going to have out-of-the-box analytics, and for this agent in Tableau Next, you're going to have a multi-agent orchestrator for AEA, multi-language support, voice support, Agentforce in huddles, multimodality where you can upload an image as well. So all of that will be available September and beyond, as well as a long-term memory for Agentforce. Now let's talk about some of the feature enhancements as well that we have. We have GA'd web search in May. So essentially, clients needed the ability to access and integrate external data, not just what it's been trained on or what it has access to, but they needed to be able to go and get up-to-date information. So we've incorporated web search as a data source, allowing agents to access external website information, and you can combine the web search with knowledge action as well, enable customers such as yourself to search both internal and external knowledge with a single action. So that means that you can get up-to-date information. For example, the weather today, if you're an insurance company, you want to know if you're, the weather from a certain day, for example, or any other such information that is there, that is the latest and greatest from the web, you'll be able to do that and incorporate that here. So you can see here, as an example here on the right, what is the speed of light, for example, that might not be in your knowledge base, or who's the most recently elected pope, for example. What's the distance between New York and London? That is taken from the web. It does a web search immediately and brings you back that information right into Agentforce. So that is available now. In terms of the what we've done so far is we have an open web search, and you have inline citations as well with the knowledge with the knowledge action. But what we're looking to do further is we're going to have site filtering for open web search, so that you can bring precision to your search, so you can only limit it to certain web queries with a certain curated set of trusted websites. You're going to have MCP support, and I'll talk about MCP as well a little bit later. And you're going to have support for that as part of the Agentforce data library. You're going to have Data Cloud 1 support, and run closer to Dreamforce timeframe. What you're going to have is agent-based grounding with multiple Agentforce data libraries. You're going to have CentOS integration and multi-language support as well. So very, very key to have all of these so that you can have the complete experience and the best experience for your end customers. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the testing phase of the agent refinement cycle. And to start off with, there is the Testing Center. Testing Center has been one of our most used products here within the Agentforce ecosystem. This has been GA'd since January. The idea behind having the Testing Center is how do you non-deterministically test your agents that you have created so that you can put them in production with confidence. And the solution for that was an AI testing solution where you can use AI to create test cases for your agents. So you can have a deterministic way. You can give it certain rules, but you can also have it tested with all of these AI-generated test cases, so that your agent can answer all of these, look at the expected output, and compare them as well. So you can test agents, prompts, RAG, and models. And use cases, batch testing of agents, for example, like I mentioned, AI-tested, AI-assisted test generation, pre-built and custom evals, and you can use this via an API or a CLI as well. And the main KPIs that this helps with is to drive Agentforce adoption, increase productivity for yourselves, and to help decrease costs with these more precise and tested agents. So you can see here is a snapshot of what it looks like over here within the testing center, and it's available in all your Agentforce SKUs. And there's a lot of resources around this with product docs and demos, etc. So definitely feel free to look those up. Here is a little bit of the roadmap as well for the Agentforce Testing Center. So we've had context variables and conversational history as an input that's there since April. In May, we've released knowledge and RAG testing. So what we're looking to do, of course, is now auto-generate test cases using knowledge files. You can then, in the summer as well, we're going to look to see how we can auto-generate test cases from past conversations that you've had, so real conversations that you've had with your customers. How do you test agents with that? So that will be available as well. Test topic instruction adherence at scale. And finally, test failure explanations and recommendations. So a lot of new features here that we are bringing into the testing center. So look out for that. Look out for new releases around this product. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the deployment phase. Now you communicate with your customers through many different channels, and they all might look different to customers. So we want to provide that sort of rich surface or the rich interaction for your customers. An example here is multimodality. Your customers may want to upload an image and want to be able to use that to, let's say, upload an image to provide something to an insurance case, for example, or to be able to generate something. So that's why we've got multimodality. That's GA this month. Rich context support. What that means is that different websites have different ways of communicating with their customers. Facebook might have one interface, another website might have another. So we want to be able to support the different kind of formats. And one format is the pill format, so that you can have different options, so that customer doesn't have to say option 1, 2, 3. They'll be able to click on something. Let's say you have images for a restaurant, and you want to be able to have this kind of carousel output, for example. You'll be able to do that, so you can have this sort of movement across a website or across a conversation that is shown here with the shoes over here in the middle. So that's one example. And then voice. So we are starting a pilot for voice. This is one of our most requested features. The ability to communicate with an agent with voice, and for it to be able to communicate back to you using voice. That is very key, that we see as being an integral part of the future of how agents communicate with customers. I know for myself, whenever I have to call into customer service at some of the companies that I'm a customer of, it is a little frustrating sometimes when I have to keep pressing 1, 2, 3, 4 to get to what I want to do. If I can just say what I would like, and for it to be able to respond back to me, and to be able to give the information back to me in a normal human-like voice, I think that is that will help productivity a lot, that will help companies and end customers a lot. So that is something I'm personally looking forward to, and a lot of companies are looking to integrate as well. So we are looking to GA this around the Dreamforce timeframe, so look out for that. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. Now, in terms of the Agentforce API enhancements, we have programmatic access now for Agentforce from anywhere. So you have all of your Agentforce topics, for example, all of the guardrails, but now you have Agentforce API. You are able to get synchronous and streaming data from Agentforce, full programmatic extensibility, and you can invoke this securely from anywhere. What that means is that you can trigger Agentforce remotely. You can embed it in any app, workflow, Lightning experience as well. And you can have agent-to-agent transfers. So you can communicate, let's say, with another agent using the API. You can do that, or you can have agent interoperability, which I'll talk about in a second, using MCP and A2A. But you can also still use the API to communicate and to get information or back and forth with another agent externally. So definitely we want to give you that no-code experience, but also if you prefer the pro-code experience, you have that here as well. And finally, supervision. So supervision tools are live today. Number one, you have the adoption analytics using the dashboards. So you have dashboards now that are GA and reports. For example, how much engagement do I have? Do I have certain high-level issues? And to improve process and data, so you can use that. Omni Supervisor, which is a live hybrid supervision. Which conversations are going well right now, which are not, which agent is the most engaged, so you can supervise that in real time. You can do tracing and monitoring. So if you want to understand what is happening within a session, why is the latency so high, for example, you can do that. And you can adjust implementation and get alerted as well. And finally, we have the Interaction Explorer. What that does is you can understand what are some of the unresolved conversations that I had. So any conversations that didn't end, for example, or do I have a knowledge gap? Are certain customers at as unanticipated? How do we enhance that, for example? All of that is available via the Interaction Explorer. The last two are being piloted right now, but the first two are GA. Now, finally, one of my favorite slides, which is the interoperability. Agentforce is looking to natively out of the box have support for two main protocols. So for agents to talk to each other, by the way, our agents talk to, let's say, another external agent from another company, Google, etc. We're incorporating two new protocols, MCP and A2A. So I'm going to start with A2A, but essentially out of the box, we're going to have A2A support so that you can have this kind of multi-turn conversations. These agents can have a multi-turn conversation with each other. It saves the state as well of what has been asked. That's what A2A does. We've, at Salesforce as a company, has contributed quite a lot to this format, and you can talk to a Google agent, but any other agent or any other company that is also using A2A, you will be able to communicate with that agent, external agent, using A2A. MCP, we're going to natively, out of the box, have an MCP client that can be used as an action within Agentforce. That you can have, let's say, a third-party server here at the bottom, or if you have an Heroku MCP server that is there that communicates with your data sources that you've stood up, you'll be able to communicate with MCP client using that. And MuleSoft as well. If you have a MuleSoft server that is stood up and you want to use the API tool there that can also use MCP. Now, if you want to have your own client, MCP client, to pull information from Agentforce, for example, you can have the Heroku remote server. So MCP is another protocol. It's originally by Anthropic, and it's also very popular right now. So these are the two standards that you can that we're looking to incorporate. MCP itself is not state-based, it's stateless, so it all has concept of client and server, like I mentioned, and it has certain topics here, such as tools, resources, etc. So we are starting the pilot for MCP first. MCP pilot is going to start soon. We're going to looking to GA this sometime around Dreamforce timeframe, and then we're also going to incorporate A2A protocol a little bit after MCP and GA a little bit after Dreamforce. So if you're interested in becoming part of the pilot, please come see me after. Happy to answer questions about that. Yeah, look out for blogs that we've written about this, videos that we're putting out as well. This is a very hot topic. One of the, we are at the forefront of this as a company, and looking forward to talking more about that as well. And with that, thank you. Thank you for attending. Really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, come see me after the session. So thank you very much. Thank you.